7:40. I have 20 minutes to get to my college graduation. I haven't showered, shaved. Oh, and I still smell a little bit like last night's party. I grab my stuff. I head out. 15 minutes to get to my college graduation, and I have 20 minutes to get there. This isn't going to work. So what does any good self-sufficient college student do? Call mom and dad. Hey, Dad, are you guys still driving around the Coliseum? No, Robbie. We're sitting in section 23, row 8. Just checking to make sure you'll be there on time. See you soon. What can I do now? Friends, judges, and to anyone who's been late to that all-important date. Let's first flash back 3 days in my life to Pullman, Washington. I had been invited to a Rascal Flatts concert. Rascal Flatts is one of my favorite country music artists. School and work were going a million miles a minute. I could barely catch my breath. I was managing 3 swimming pools, weightlifting and conditioning with the football team, and somewhere in there I would do this thing that they call architectural college. The weekend couldn't come soon enough. It arrived. Christy and I headed across the state to Tacoma, Washington to visit her parents. And then we sat down for that first home-cooked meal in 3 months. It wasn't going to taste like cereal, pizza, or cardboard. Homemade lasagna. The food was great. The conversation was even better. Until Christy's dad turned to me and asked that question no guy wants to hear. Robbie, are you excited for your college graduation? No way. If I didn't have to walk, I wouldn't. College was just another step for me. The room went silent. What did I say? What can I say now? Luckily, Christy's dad came in with the save. Robbie, take some advice from an old man like myself. Take the time to enjoy the moment and be proud because others are. Wow. My breath was taken away. What do you say to something like that? This was the first time we had met, and you could see the pride in his eyes. If he was this proud, imagine my parents. Or better yet, my grandma, who has 30 grandchildren. I'm number 17 in line, and I am the first to graduate from college. This started the weekend off with an unexpected impact. The next morning, Christy and I woke up, separate beds, and we turned on the music that makes you want to dance, like no one's watching. And since you were watching, I'll refrain. Then we headed down to Johnny's Dock, one of Tacoma's greatest seafood restaurants. So I ordered a steak. The steak melted in my mouth, and the conversation was oh so sweet. But now it was time for Rascal Flatts. They played all their greatest hits, and then they played my favorite song, Stay. You get mad, you get strong. Wipe your hands, shake it off. Then you stand. Then you stand. And the entire audience stood as the military Marine platoon walked out in full military dress uniform and stood at attention. I wish you could have been there in that breathtaking moment. As all good concerts must, this one came to an end, and Christy and I headed back across the state to Pullman. And as I dropped Christy off, she said this to me. Robbie, my favorite part of this weekend was the fact that we were able to live in the moment. What did she mean by live in the moment? Maybe it's when the doctor hands you that first newborn child as they take their first breath. Or maybe it's when you see a friend choking and you give them the Heimlich maneuver to save their life. Or maybe it's running down Stadium Way late to your college graduation, trying to catch your breath. So what does any good self-sufficient college student do who has 15 minutes left and 20 minutes at least to get there? They stick out the thumb. That's right, I was going to hitchhike my way to my college graduation. The first car flew by, the second car flew by, the third car stopped, pulled up, cute girl inside, yes! I jumped in the car, we flew down Stadium Way, landed by the Coliseum, parked the car, jumped out just in time, zipped up the gown, and put on the cap as I headed in to graduation with my friends. As I walked in, I could see my family, sitting in section 23, row 8. This was the moment. That's when it hit me. As I walked across the stage and I turned my tassel, I remembered, as best said by the unknown, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but rather it is measured by the moments that truly take our breath away. I hope you live your life